Ever wonder what's hiding in the deepest place on Earth? Not Mount Everest, not Mars, but the Mariana Trench. A pitch-black abyss, over 36,000 feet deep. Kids ask 200, 300 questions a day, and this is one they'd love. Where sunlight never reaches, where pressure crushes tanks like soda cans. But what if we could break that darkness? Not with subs, not with sonar, but with a super powerful light beam. Picture this. A team of American scientists on a platform off California's coast, preparing to activate a never-before-seen technology. A super photon beam, strong enough to pierce the entire ocean. They don't just want to see the trench's bottom, they want to reveal secrets humanity has never touched. But will this light bring a great discovery, or awaken something we shouldn't disturb? The Mariana Trench isn't just a hole. It's an upside-down cosmos of Earth, a strange world right under our feet. There, weird creatures like snailfish and Dumbo octopuses survive in total darkness. Hydrothermal vents spew 750-degree water, feeding ecosystems that don't need light. But what happens if artificial light hits this place? Will we see epic underwater mountains, ancient civilization ruins, or something totally out of this world? In America, where NASA sent humans to the moon, scientists now look to the seafloor. They believe the Mariana Trench could hold keys to understanding life, Earth, and even the universe. But this light isn't just a tool, it's a line in the sand. Once the light hits the bottom, there's no going back. How will creatures react? How will the ocean change? And what if, just what if, the light reveals a signal not from Earth? Join us on this journey. From a platform off San Diego, we'll explore what happens when light pierces the ocean's deepest darkness. This isn't just a science experiment, it's a moment that could change how we see our planet. Are you ready? Let's find out. What happens if we light up the Mariana Trench? Mariana Trench, Earth's final frontier. The Mariana Trench, 7,000 miles west of America's coast, is the ocean's deepest point, over 36,201 feet down. Imagine this. If you dropped Mount Everest into it, the peak would still be over a mile underwater. It's a place where pressure is 100 times that on land, enough to flatten an armored truck in. The temperature hovers around 34 to 36 degrees, and darkness is absolute. No sunlight, no radio waves, no trace of the world above. In America, scientists at Scripps Institution of Oceanography in San Diego have studied the trench for decades. They call it the Hades Zone, inspired by Greek mythology's underworld. But Hades isn't just darkness, it's a vibrant world. Hydrothermal vents, like natural chimneys, spew mineral-rich water, sustaining bizarre ecosystems. Here you'll find snailfish, the deepest living fish ever recorded, with jelly-like tremors by transparent bodies, or Dumbo octopuses, drifting like ghosts with ear-like fins, and glowing bacteria casting faint light in the eternal darken. But even with advanced submersibles like Victor Vescovo's DSV limiting factor, we've only scratched the surface. Each dive costs millions and explores just a tiny area for a few hours. So what if we could do the unthinkable? Light up the entire trench from the ocean's surface. No subs, no cameras, just light. Fantasy technology. Super Photon Beam. Imagine the year 2035 on a floating platform off San Diego. American scientists working with NASA and private tech giants like SpaceX have invented a breakthrough, a super photon beam. Unlike any laser today, this beam uses a fictional energy form, quantum field amplified photons. It can pierce 7 miles of ocean without scattering or fading, staying as strong as when it started. This sounds like sci-fi, and it is. Today's science says light gets swallowed by seawater after a few hundred meters. Even the strongest military lasers only penetrate a few meters before losing power. But let's set those limits aside. Picture the super photon beam as a leap in physics, like going from oil lamps to LEDs in a century. The platform, funded by the US government and Silicon Valley billionaires, is the experiment's heart. It's equipped with a small fusion reactor to power the beam and ultra-sensitive sensors to capture what happens when the light hits the bottom. The scientists, led by Dr. Emily Chen from Scripps, believe this experiment won't just light up the Mariana Trench. It could change how we understand the ocean and life itself. The moment the light hits bottom, the experiment day begins. On the platform, dozens of American scientists and engineers watch their screens. Dr. Chen presses the activation button. A dazzling white beam shoots into the ocean, slicing through the water like a sword of light. In seconds, the light hits the Mariana Trench floor. Instantly, sensors at the bottom, deployed earlier by robots, send back data. For the first time in billions of years, the trench floor is bathed in light. What appears is breathtaking. Underwater mountains, hundreds of feet tall, emerge with rugged, sediment-covered surfaces. Hydrothermal vents spewing hot water now glow like underwater flames. A complex geological network never seen before stretches for miles. But the creatures steal the show. Snailfish, used to total darkness, start glowing fiercely as if their bodies trigger an ancient mechanism. Dumbo octopuses, usually drifting calmly, swim frantically, their fins sparkling like neon lights. Some bacteria, instead of faint glowing, explode into blue-green clouds like an underwater galaxy. But not everything is okay. Some creatures, sensitive to light, start convulsing and dying. Scientists on the platform notice the imbalance. The light, though a tool for discovery, is disrupting an ecosystem stable for millions of years. Dr. Chen worries. We might be destroying what we want to explore. Big surprise. Signals from the bottom of the trench. A few hours after the light activates, something strange happens. Bottom sensors detect a reflected signal, not regular light, but a rhythmic wave pattern, like a code. Dr. Chen and her team check the equipment, but the signal persists. It's not random. It's structured, as if something in the trench is responding to the light. The scientists on the platform split into two camps. Some, like Chief Engineer Mark Rodriguez, think it's a reflection from a unique geological structure, like rare mineral crystals. But Dr. Chen has a bolder theory. What if it's not rock? What if it's something artificial? Sensor data starts painting a weird picture. At the center of the lit area, there's a massive structure, hundreds of meters long, unlike any mountain or vent. It has symmetrical lines, like a constructed object. American scientists, used to breakthroughs, now face an unbelievable question. Is this a relic of an ancient civilization, sunk under the ocean millions of years ago? Or a sign of something extraterrestrial? News of the signal quickly spreads to the mainland. In Washington, D.C., U.S. officials hold an emergency meeting. Media outlets like CNN and BBC start reporting, with headlines, "What's the Mariana Light revealing?" Americans from New York to Los Angeles buzz with theories. Some say it's the work of Atlantis. Others believe it's a sign of aliens. On Twitter, @Mariana Signal trends worldwide. Long-term consequences and big questions. The experiment continues, but scientists face unforeseen consequences. The super photon light, though powerful, is causing changes in the Mariana Trench. Hydrothermal vents start erupting more violently, releasing methane clathrate, a frozen gas trapped in the seafloor. If too much methane escapes, it could boost the greenhouse effect, impacting global climate. Some scientists warn the light might trigger tectonic plates, causing small tremors under the Pacific. On the US mainland, society divides. Some, including San Francisco environmentalists, demand the experiment stop to protect the deep-sea ecosystem. Others, especially Silicon Valley tech investors, want to push further, believing the signal could lead to a scientific breakthrough or even alien technology. The US government, caught in the middle, must decide: keep shining the light to learn more or stop before disaster strikes. Meanwhile, the trench signal grows more complex. MIT mathematicians analyze it and find patterns resembling binary code, but unlike any human language. A bold hypothesis emerges. Did the light activate an ancient device buried in the trench billions of years ago? Or is this a warning from an alien civilization watching Earth? Meaning for humanity. The Mariana Trench isn't just a hole. It's a symbol of what humanity doesn't know. In America, where humans conquered the moon and dream of Mars, the ocean remains the final frontier. This super photon light experiment, though fictional, poses a big question. Are we ready to face the secrets of our own planet? If the trench signal is real, it could change everything. An ancient civilization could rewrite human history. An extraterrestrial sign could open an era of cosmic contact. But if it's a warning, we might be facing a disaster no one foresaw. Whatever the outcome, the light has changed how we see the ocean. It reminds us that Earth, explored for thousands of years, is still full of mysteries. And in America, where scientific dreams burn bright, the Mariana Trench might be the key to unlocking the future or facing the past. What do you think? Will this light lead us to a great discovery or a terrifying secret? If you want to keep exploring Earth's and the universe's wonders, subscribe now. Leave a comment. Would you keep shining the light on the Mariana Trench or stop to stay safe? And don't forget to hit the bell so you don't miss our next video. We'll explore. What happens if the ocean disappears completely? Together, we'll conquer the planet's biggest mysteries.